So, a New York watchdog digs into Facebook amid reports it harvests immediate data from apps. So, the New York Department of Financial Services has requested documents from Facebook and developers of 11 apps after a report revealed that they funnel data and that they basically get all of our information. So, a letter was sent to the Facebook CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, aka the guy who doesn't know how to drink water,
or who drinks it too well.
Reportedly demands that he provide a list of all companies with built-in Facebook software that generously shared data with Facebook within the last 3 years. Fox News also reported citing a person familiar with the course of the investigation, which was actually started by New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. Basically, what's happening is some of the most eye-catching examples included Flow Health Inc. and Flow Period and Ovulation Tracker, a popular women's health app which has over 25 million users, an instant heart rate, the most popular heart rate on the iOS, and there's numerous other Facebook apps that are collecting data from people whether they knew it or not. And the report also said that there was a privacy breach by Facebook has drawn fire from the New York authorities, with Governor Cuomo denouncing the reported data vacuuming as basically an outrageous abuse of privacy, and is calling for federal regulators to look into this report. When asked to comment on this, Facebook basically said it's distancing itself from these alleged violations and is stressing that its app developers' responsibility makes sure no sensitive data goes to Facebook. But that's not the case, because this isn't the first time where Facebook has been accused of getting our information so that they can sell it to advertisers. Because, for example, this is a little bit off topic, but when we do a live stream on Facebook, the only people that are going to benefit from that live stream is not Hardlands Media. We're not going to get a single cent from that. Facebook is going to collect the revenue and any kind of information from that. Facebook is all about getting advertisers to support them, which is why they became so popular in the first place. And so when it comes down to them earning a buck, that means they're going to get as much information from you as well. Now, I know look, we use it as well for our Heartlands Media Facebook page because that's how, social media is. But this is really dangerous because a lot of people use Facebook, and that means all of our information is at risk. So when you're using an app on there that's connected to Facebook, there is a very guaranteed likely chance that Facebook's going to get your data and they're going to sell it to advertisers. And one more final note too, another privacy-related scandal from Facebook was that leaked court documents also revealed last week that Facebook enabled its Android app to track and collect data from customers to boost their advertising revenue yet again. This is all about money. This is all about power and way to control, I guess, people and how they shop, how they act. And this is almost seems surreal. It's almost like an episode from Black Mirror, but this is just the society we live in, and it really shows the power that Facebook has, and really how a lot of us unknowingly gave our private information away to all these apps, who in turn gave this information to Facebook, who in turn sold it to advertisers. It's one odd, corrupt web of money and those with power, and us, the consumer, being jerked around. Daniel?
Yeah, I think it was said in chat best, Facebook's free. You're the product. So it's not that big of a surprise that Facebook's doing this. This is what they've always done. They've always been in a spot where they take your data and that's what they sell. They sell to advertisers. That's what they do. So this is Facebook's MO. Facebook is started by a hacker who, if you've seen The Social Network, how that all started out. But this doesn't really surprise me at all. This is exactly what I would expect from Facebook. Do anything possible, remove any privacy, to do anything to make that extra penny off you and your data. Now, Facebook works very closely with many government organizations throughout the world, and they do what is asked of them. They are not here to provide a good user experience. They're here to provide a good revenue experience for advertisers. So as an example, if you have let's say you have a pro-Palestinian page that thinks that the treatment under the apartheid-like conditions of Palestine are an issue, well, we've seen case after case where Israel will go to Facebook and say, hey, you want access to all these Israelis that spend a lot of money and have good data value. you're going to have to get rid of those groups if you're going to want to continue with us. And that's happening everywhere. And the U.S. is doing that as well. So what is happening is Facebook is beginning and continuing to move to a spot where it's allowing countries like the U.S. that have free speech rights to bypass them, because Facebook isn't the only town square, but it is one of the only town squares out there for people that are our age or older. No one younger is using Facebook, I know. But what that means for us is that this is a way for Facebook to get for governments, I should say, to get around all of these restrictions that they usually have with that pesky freedom of speech, freedom of petition, and so now we're at a point where this isn't real. I don't think this is really that surprising of a story or that big.
All right, so first I want to definitely give a shout out to a couple people in our chat. First Spark Ishka. I got out of Facebook 7 years ago. It's hideous. They should have been paying us for our data. Yeah. I couldn't agree with you more. Also,
I would like a thing where you can pay a certain amount a month, because Facebook doesn't get a lot of money per user. It's like like $1 or $2 or something like that a year. So why not just have Facebook have an option? Hey, for 1 year, pay $10 and they don't harvest your data. That'd be nice.
Yeah, and then also a huge shout out to some people who've been following us for some time, Carbomouse and Captain Jack. So first to Captain Jack, we are going to be covering the Bernie Sanders event. Sorry that we're not covering the Brooklyn rally. There's only so much we can do, but from what I'm hearing, it's going to be epic. And think about it, it's going to happen here in Chicago, so it's going to be double epic. All right, just to mention Carbomouse, I signed up for Facebook for about 10 minutes a few years ago and was immediately creeped out and deleting my brand new account. So they have my name and address and all this other information. Look, a lot of people are deleting Facebook. A lot of people are either that blocking out Facebook, like leaving it, or not, only turning into it very little bit. I think when it comes down to the future of social media, what people want is privacy, and also to make sure our data isn't collected. There's a lot of controversial things that Facebook has done. They have gone after a lot of progressive and democratic socialist Facebook pages. I remember even like a year and a half ago, they even shut down a whole bunch of libertarian pages too. So anyone that kind of goes up against,
they shut down Black Lives protests because the police had an issue with it. Again, this is Facebook is scary. Luckily, like everyone's saying, that's why they don't really have a lot of new, younger users. It's a lot of older people because it's been around that long, and it's basically an address book for a lot of people to connect to friends where they don't have to have a Rolodex on their desk to look through their friends' contact information. Everyone's right there. So for a lot of older people, it's kind of the ideal situation. They're used to surveillance states, and Facebook is perfect for them. And I also want to add that the reason we originally used Facebook to start with was it's good for local news distribution because of the way the hub system works and how it spreads out.
Yeah.
But now we've moved past that, and we're trying to actually replicate that on YouTube, because even though YouTube has its issues, and don't get me wrong, YouTube has its issues, Facebook is a mess.
Yeah.
And so again, like this story is like duh 101.
And critical thought critique. Just Inform is one alternative. Yes, that is true.
We've heard, yeah.
Yeah, Just Inform, which was created by Mikasa Tsukasa founder Nico House and Tim Black, and there was a few others that are involved in its creation. I've checked out Just Inform. They get the job done. I mean, at least compared to alternatives, it
needs to be bigger, but it's a good start.
It's a good start. I think we all need to really take a step back and look at social media and really what we put on there. I think when Facebook first started off, it was a chance for people to connect. Actually, the original concept of Facebook was the precursor to Tinder, so you could find out whether someone was single or not. I mean, that's the origin of Facebook. It was it was originally something to find out if somebody was single or not. So, and it was mostly dedicated to college students. So it just shows you how things have changed along the way. Who would ever think that just to find out if somebody was single would now turn into a place where everyone's data, your friends, your family, your neighbors, your coworkers' data is being collected so that Facebook can get money from advertisers.
Hey guys, do you like the video? If so, be sure to give us a sub and hit the bell for notification. You know how YouTube is. And if you have the time, check us out on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages, and check us out at hardlensmedia.com. Be sure to check out our Patreon if you really support what we do and want to support us at independent media